Hi, everybody. Ironing board. Sorry, it wasn't put there specially. Um, I'm a commissioning editor at BBC Children's. I think in children's, actually, if you are looking to start out in the profession, children's is a really brilliant place to start because it is a great place to work. And we look for potential as much as we look for experience, actually. And you can create a great career if you start in children's. But you know what? When I was young and I was thinking about what I wanted to do in my career, I had no idea that this role that I do now existed. I didn't really know about TV or anything. I just knew that I loved the magic of theatre and dance and stuff. And so I applied to do a course in drama, and I got to university to do drama, and I did my first play and realised I was really bad at acting, and that there were loads of people who were really good at acting, and that actually I really loved directing and I liked being in control. And so that sort of took me down a route, and I, with a few friends, set up some kids' Saturday morning drama classes. It was in Bristol, so we were working with kids who wouldn't then have had access to doing drama and stuff, and did some great projects. And I began to realise, oh, there's something in this. But I still didn't know anything about TV. And then a role got advertised in The Guardian, that the BBC were offering traineeships in a unit that doesn't exist anymore in the BBC, that was the Disability Programme Unit. And they were offering 2 traineeships a year with a 2-year paid traineeship. And I got one of those places. And even though the Disability Programme Unit doesn't exist now, we do have schemes and traineeships, and they're not always popular. But I would say I'm quite a fan of them. Partly I'm biased because I came through one, but I think we're getting better at making them really count. And so don't be shy. If you identify somebody as having a disability like I do, then really go for it, because there are opportunities there. So yeah, I came in through the Disability Programme Unit. I worked in Blue Peter for a very long time. And actually it was at the point of studio directing, and I'd got the Chinese state circus, and a kid came in with a big fossil that he'd found. And I'd spoken to him on the phone, and he'd been really, really dynamic and everything. And then he came into the studio and was completely monosyllabic because he was in an environment that he wasn't used to. He was with his heroes, the Blue Peter presenters. And it was at that point I really realised that actually what I was interested in is finding stories with people and kids in their own environments, and going there and going around the world and telling great stories with kids. So that's what started my documentary making career. And then I did some animation stuff, and then I series produced a big programme for BBC One. And then I ended up in this job. So as you can see, it's very windy, no real connection between things particularly, except a real passion and curiosity for people's stories. And so I would say there isn't any one particular route, but hang on to what your values are, hang on to what you really believe in, and you will find a way through in order to be able to do that thing. So if I was to leave you with 3 bits of advice, I'd say be creative, find your creative soul, be curious, and be courageous. Really say yes more often than you say no. And I think you'll have a fantastic career in the media.